Yeah. Yeah.
That was fantastic.
The Amico Intellivision conference, the 10 minutes that blew the world away, took the place by storm. And I think that you could tell from the comments and the reactions afterwards, not only at the actual conference itself, but the reverberations that went across the world, that they really hit the spot for families.
I do like the idea behind it, and I also like too, like, there's an opportunity here even for independent developers to like get involved and make something super unique on a platform that is unconventional in comparison to what you see out there, you know, in the modern gaming era.
And I think it's one of the best ones that they've ever done.
Yeah, it was really well done.
Guys, I think it was a home run. The Intellivision E3 presentation was actually out of all of it, I did like that the most.
What great reveals, what great in-depth overview. What a great presentation for E3 for the audience.
But if you see all this just at once, it's like, wow, how did this come out of nowhere?
Bridging the gap between gamers and your grandma, right?
Yeah.
Gamers and non-gamers. Yeah. Gamers and your mom. Gamers and your girlfriend who doesn't play games, right?
Amico presentation was well done. I felt better informed coming out of that as to what to expect, and it showed a good amount of gameplay.
I personally think that it's opening up a lot of accessibility. Like, if you purchase this is something that if your friends don't game, you could be like, hey, this is really simple.
Very true.
This is something I could play with my parents.
They seem to be pretty excited to get their hands on it. They even went as far as to say that the controller was pretty much going to be a selling point of the console. And I agree.
It looks absolutely spectacular. Overall, I mean, the games just look great. I'm really impressed with everything we saw.
This was cool. I love this.
Yeah, so here's all the box art.
In this presentation, he hit everything perfectly. It's doing things that the other systems aren't doing, or it's doing them in a way that the other systems aren't doing them.
I think the games are probably fairly priced, to be honest.
Yes.
£10 a game for
Really
every
fair.
game. But having all the games the same price, I quite like.
But this looks like a really good shoot 'em up, very colorful, and I guess the same people that made Echo the Dolphin are making this game as well, and it looks really good from what I can tell.
But at the same time here, if I had one of my nephews over, I more than likely would be interested in playing something like this with them, and I think they'd have more fun playing this than maybe trying to play something on the N64.
That was awesome. I had a lot of fun watching that. I had a lot of excitement, and I'm so pumped for the Amico. And we learned a lot of stuff, right?
Then it's got the controllers are charged within the unit. Why is Intellivision the first person to think about this?
I think that's genius.
I do
love
too. I mean,
the controls are wirelessly charging as well, which I like that.
They made it very clear that we're just there to complement the other consoles and not here to try and challenge them in any way.
I love that Tommy started off and said, hey, we're not trying to compete with Nintendo. We're not all about teraflops. I love that he came across and said this is something different.
The ability to play on your phone as well, that's awesome. And this is going to be used more for party style games. Then great, just hey.
Yeah, I think that they hit the spot perfectly, and what better time to do it than at E3? There's no downloadable content on this Amico, and that's a promise that they've made, and they're dying to get their hands on it.
If you take the controller by itself to somebody else's house and they have an Amico, you can actually access your game library on their system using your controller. I thought that's kind of interesting.
With everyone having their own screen sitting around, I know in my family, they love playing games like that, so having something like this is really going to be cool and interactive.
I finally pulled the trigger. Couldn't help myself after watching the E3 presentation. And then all of a sudden, after that, like friend of mine after friend of mine said, oh yeah, I ordered mine. I got the founders.
They're kind of building their own special market, I think. I hope they succeed.
The Amico is what happens when a company listens to the gamers.
This is really meant, in my opinion, for a social gathering as opposed to a hardcore gaming session. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing.
So to me, as far as I can tell, this thing is a win. I'm 110% behind this.
You know, I'm just excited for, couch playing, my family and everyone else. And
they knocked it out of the park, in my opinion.
That's brilliant. And it's such a clean-looking system.
My family are as excited as what these people are in the picture to play this console. There's no two ways about it. They're blown away. They love it. They're looking forward to it. We literally are counting down the days to getting our one.
But this is an interesting, fun family group activity that tons of people can sit down and enjoy.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this.
Amico is your friend. It's positioning himself to be a friend in your living room, a friend of other game consoles, a friend of gaming.
Yeah, really, really impressed. I thought that the presentation was exactly what was needed for a first look for someone who has absolutely no idea about this machine existing.
But I think they did a great job introducing the console to the average gamer, to the masses, to the casual gamer.
So I think that the Amico does stand a chance to have a good place in the video game industry.
They did a great job showing exactly what Amico was, and there's a lot of great reviews on a lot of different sites.
I want the system because I want to play with my family and friends, right? Like that's why I'm getting this thing.
This console's gonna sit in the living room.
Yeah.
Which to me, that's the place where you want your console.
Well, I liked what he said. This is the thing that's going to bring players back together.
They're presenting something different at the end there. Tommy talking about the fact that we don't look at other people as competition because they're clearly in a different market.
Let's be real, like having couch co-op, that's unrivaled. Like we need more couch co-op games. I'm all about it in television. Thank you so much for bringing that to light.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome.